I must firstly congratulate you and also warn you while you begin your journey for the civil service examination. Why I congratulate you is because you've taken the leap of faith. You have taken that chance, if I were to say, to appear in this examination. And this is going to be a life changing experience for you, is what I can assure you. Whether or not you make it through the examination, that is something which is an uncertain aspect, and we'll discuss about that as well. But the fact that you people have taken the plunge, the fact that you people are willing to give this examination itself shows two, three things to me. One, that you have some kind of faith and belief in your own ability that you can crack, perhaps, if not the toughest, one of the toughest examinations, not just in India, but in the world. Toughest because you all know the kind of competition that exists in this examination. We all know the number of people, those who appear every year. And not just that, but the quality of the candidates, those who appear in this examination every year, that has been consistently going up in the last few years. Therefore, it's important for you to understand that it shows that there is some faith, there is some belief that you have in your own ability that you can appear in this examination. Second, by I also say that it's great that you people have taken this particular plunge, you have taken this leap of faith, is because the kind of learning that you're going to have over next 1.5, 2 years while you prepare for this examination is going to be tremendous. You may be coming from different backgrounds. You may be engineers, doctors, chartered accountants, those who have studied commerce, those who have studied arts, humanities, different subjects, right? It's not possible for me to name all of them. But the fact is that when you will be preparing for this examination, you will get exposed to a number of areas which were not known to you before. If you are a student who has studied engineering, you may not have a lot of exposure towards history or geography or societal issues, philosophy. You'll get exposed to that while you'll be preparing for this examination. If you are someone who's coming from humanities background, let's say you have studied history, you'll be exposed to certain aspects of science and technology. You'll have to read that if you have to prepare for the examination. You'll be exposed to certain aspects of philosophy. You'll be exposed to ideas in law. So the kind of overall 360-degree knowledge that you will build while you be preparing for this examination is unparalleled. In my opinion, it's equivalent to doing almost 3 masters while you're preparing for this examination. 1 master's you would already be doing in many ways when you'll be preparing for your optional. Apart from that, for general studies as well, the kind of syllabus that UPSC has set, the depth that they expect from you in each and every topic will demand that you people spend hours and hours, not just reading books, but also applying those particular concepts in different situations that you would have read from the books. So it's going to be a tremendous journey for each one of you. You're going to learn a lot. Only thing is that you have to keep yourselves open to learning. You have to accept that this is a fresh start, this is a new start, and you have to make a promise to yourself. You have to commit to yourself that you'll be working hard. So that is one. When I said that, I also want to warn you, that this exam is not easy. I want to warn you that out of all of you sitting here in this class right now, none of you may get selected. Please remember that. The statistics in this examination are heavily loaded against you. Only 99.99% people are going to fail. I said only, just to tell you that that is the kind of percentage of failure in this examination. Out of 1,000 students, only, or out of 1,000 aspirants, those who appeared in this examination, only 1 will be selected. So the probability is that none of you will be selected in this examination. So you have to keep that in mind. If you have to improve your chances of selection, there is no certainty. Believe me, you may work really hard, you may still not get selected. But if you have to improve your chances of selection, you have to definitely work hard. You have to put your head down. You have to tell yourself that I am committed to this particular task. You have to keep yourself motivated. You have to build good habits while you prepare for this exam. Do not take this exam very lightly. This is something that I warn to all my students at the beginning itself, because many people make the fatal mistake of thinking that this exam is easy. It is not. It is not easy. because one, the competition is very tough. You're not only competing amongst yourselves, you're also competing with those candidates who have qualified the examination last year and are again reappearing in the examination. Let's say if you're targeting 2026, there will be candidates who would qualify 2025 examination, and they may get rank 200, 300, and they may want to improve their rank so that they can get the service of their choice. They will appear again. Your competition would be with those people also. And there is a significant number of such people. Remember, anyone who secures anything above rank 100 usually ends up appearing in the examination again, unless they don't have any attempts left. So if someone is getting selected in their second or first or third or whatever attempt, they would again appear at the examination if they've got 100 plus rank. Mostly 90% cases, which means that if I were to count out of from let's say 100 to 600, if I'm just talking about general category, or 100 to 500, 400 ranks are there. Even if 90% of them appear again, that's 360 people. Those who have already qualified this examination, those who have already worked hard enough to know what it takes to qualify this examination, will also be your competition. Considering that next year there are only 500 seats available, there are already 360 candidates, those who are extremely well prepared, those who are fighting for those 360 out of 500 seats. So you have only 140 seats left for yourself. Second, it's not just those candidates, remember. Many candidates, those who made it to the interview as well, were as well prepared. Those who make it to the interview, in my opinion, are almost as good as the ones, those who qualified this examination, because the margins are very thin in this examination. So if I were to add possibly 300-400 of those as well, or maybe even more of those who qualified for the interview but did not qualify, it's almost 1,000 serious candidates much better prepared than you, who would be, those are already better prepared than you at this stage, those whom you would be competing with. This is not to scare you, but this is to warn you that do not take things very lively. The competition is intense in this examination. You may have been a topper in your school, in your college, a gold medalist from IIT or AIMS or Stephens, doesn't matter. This is a fresh start. That's a good thing, and that's a bad thing. Good thing, because those of you who have not done well academically earlier, this is a chance to redeem yourself. This is a chance to show that you also have the ability to do well. This examination is absolute fresh start for everyone, because the pattern of the examination is such. But it's also a bad thing, because whatever you may have done in the past, you may have done extremely well in academics, none of it is going to count in this process. I have seen, in fact, candidates from with good academic backgrounds often falter in this examination. Reason for that is because they tend to take this examination very lightly at times. They think that if we have qualified IIT JEE, if we have qualified NEET, if we have been to any of the best colleges in the country, if we've been to Stephens, if we have been to SRCC, then what is this? This is something, believe me. So, therefore, pull up your socks. Be aware that you have to work really hard if you have to qualify. This examination is also tough because the syllabus is very dynamic. It is not like any of the competitive exams that we appear in after school, after 12th class. In this examination, the syllabus keeps changing drastically. Why? Because everything around us is changing drastically. 10 years back, when we were appearing in the examination, UPSC would not ask a question on cryptocurrencies and AI. But now they are asking questions on AI. Ethical implications of AI, legal aspects of AI, technological benefits of AI. What are the dangers that AI causes to national security? What are its utilities in governance? These are newer topics that have got added to your syllabus, even though it's not mentioned in UPSC's official syllabus. Artificial intelligence is not mentioned anywhere, but it is an important topic. It is a topic which has got added to your syllabus. So UPSC syllabus, unfortunately, is also an ever expanding syllabus. What we are going to see as a part of the syllabus, that's not the only thing that you'll be preparing. Everything that is important from the perspective of technology or security or environment or geographical issues or disaster or ethics or governance or society, history, all of that that comes in the newspapers is also going to be a part of your syllabus. Therefore, it is very important that you, yes, therefore, it is very important that you understand what it takes to qualify this examination. And that means a lot of hard work. You'll have to keep the distractions away. You'll have to ensure that you had singly focused on this examination for next 1.5 to 2 years. If you want to give a good shot at it, then it's important that this is the only thing that you're doing for next 1.5 years, at least for the first attempt. And then after that, we will discuss about those things as well, that how do you build a plan B? How do you ensure that in case you don't qualify the examination, what are the other options that you have? How can you go back to doing what you were already doing, right? So remember this, that it will take something out of you if you have to do well in this examination. Please remember that. Don't take this very lightly, because every year I see so many candidates not just faltering once, but twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times in this examination. And they just keep preparing blindly without knowing the kind of effort that they need to make. Please don't be one among them. Please tell yourselves that this will seriously take a lot of effort on your part. Unless you are willing to put in that effort, unless you have that work ethic, unless you are disciplined, I can give it to you on any blank paper, you will not qualify this examination. Luck can only help you this much. Luck can help you to an extent that possibly you read something very vaguely somewhere in the newspaper and a question appeared related to it in prelims examination, and that helped you qualify the prelims. But that is not going to help you in mains, because mains there are going to be 7 papers which will be evaluated. Your knowledge has to be in depth about almost 140 topics. If I were to say that there are almost 20 topics that are being asked in every paper in 7 papers, or if I were to reduce it as well, that's 15 topics. UPSC would expect you to have in-depth knowledge almost about 100 topics. It may seem easy, but it is not. The reason for that is because to have in-depth knowledge on 100 topics, you will have to prepare 1,000 topics or maybe 2,000 topics, because that's the kind of syllabus which exam has. Whether UPSC will ask topic A or topic B or topic C or topic Z is not under your control. Only thing that you can do is that you prepare those 3,000, 2,000 topics really properly, and then expect that UPSC would ask something out of those topics. So your preparation, your approach towards the examination has to be very process oriented. It has to be something where you have to be extremely disciplined. Extremely disciplined. You may be very intelligent, you may be very sharp, you may not, as I said, you may not have done academically well earlier. It doesn't matter. All that is required to do well in this examination from today onwards is the kind of discipline that you are going to show. Right? So please remember that. We will keep talking about this again and again, but I expect, I hope that you people are willing to work really hard. Are you ready to do that? Yes? मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. अगर ये एग्जाम क्वालिफाई करना है तो मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, अपने आप से प्रॉमिस करना पड़ेगा that we will give whatever we have over the next 1.5 years while we prepare for this examination. Only then you can expect some positive results. Otherwise, हर साल यहाँ पे राजेंद्र नगर में, मुखर्जी नगर में और इंडिया के बहुत सारे जगहों पर एक भीड़ इकट्ठा होती है, इस एग्जाम को देती है और उससे कुछ नहीं मिलता. अगर आपको जेन्युइनली अपने आप को चांस देना है, you have to make that promise to yourselves.